Ladies and gentlemen, Keith from iRepair Autos. Today I'm going to show you how to remove your door panel. This is a subscriber request video. It's in another video, but that video is 15 minutes long. So I'm going to show you today how to remove your front left door panel. The others are very similar. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need another door done. Let's get started. So we're going to be removing the panel, and in doing that, a couple things we need to do. I'm going to show you the really easy, clean, safe way to remove this panel without breaking any of the brackets. See this little switch right here? First thing we're going to do is we're going to push these two in like that, and this little pin here, that little pin that sticks out here, we're going to pull this out. And that allows us to bring out the switch, exposing the T bolt. Okay, that's step number one. Next, this bar right here on the door panel, we're gonna use a flathead screwdriver. And before I use a flathead screwdriver, I'm gonna wrap it in some plastic or some paper so I don't scratch up this door. So once these panels have been removed, right, these little, well, in this case, the electrical switch there, and the silver panel here, you'll be exposed to some bolts. That's one, that's two, for a total of three right in here. You're going to use a Torx 30. You could use a socket. I'm going to just use this long drive one, and I'm going to let this out. One of three,
two of three, and three of three.
Alright, so all the screws are out. We need to remove this side panel for the speaker. In this case, it's really a tweeter.
Using your flathead screwdriver, go ahead and pop that open from the top. Go ahead and remove the electrical connection from the tweeter.
Next, I'm going to take this door upholstery removal tool to remove the door panel from the door itself. So I'm going to start by sliding this tool behind here, and my job right now is to find and to peer in and look to see where the pins are.
Here's one.
Because what we want to do is we want to take that notch, this little cutout area, and put it right where the pins go that holds the panel in place. That's our job right now. It's never 100% clear where these panels may live. So I'll put that in there and I'll look. You will pop the pins out too, okay? You'll be able to see those pins. See how they're coming loose without being broken? You don't want to break them because then you have to replace them. Replacing them is not a big deal. Now I'm underneath any real damage, okay? So we're working our way along here underneath, coming around to where the speaker lives, up to the back here inside the door. At this point, all of the panels pins are off. The only thing holding the door in place now is a little hook right in here. So I'm gonna lift this up and off of this lock switch right there. You will find behind the door panel a couple things that are still connected. This one removes the door switch, and then these are the electronics for the master. So what we're gonna do now is, don't want to damage anything, so I'm gonna unclip by squeezing that and unplugging it. That frees up the electronics on the panel. Then the next thing we want to do is looking around and under. We're gonna unclip this hook for the door lever. See? That's how that works. To remove, you slide back the protective sleeve, slide it out of the notch like that. And then you're going to remove the hook from the bezel of the door handle, just like that. Allows us to completely remove the door panel from the door. Reinstallation of the door panel. Some things to keep in mind. We got these panel clips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of them. We also got this right here, this little lip that has to go right up at the top and hang into the door. But we also got this door switch right here, this door switch lever right here that needs to get reconnected. We got the cable that we disconnected from the module for the switch control, and then we got the lock. So all of these things we're going to have to keep in mind. So back to the door. First thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to pay attention to this lock. I can take my hand, grab hold of that, and then taking the hook, slide that in there like that, put that in there like that, and that's there like that. Let's test it. Then take this cable down here and we gotta reconnect that right there like that. With all of those in place, grab here, bring up the lip, alright, so what I just did, I put that lip that I showed you all about on there. Nothing else is on, just the lip is holding the whole panel in place. None of the pins are in. This is in the right spot. That's it. Then I'll proceed to putting the clips back in place. And how I do it, I never force anything in. I make sure that all those holes are lined up. See that pin right there? I make sure that it's not gonna hit, it's gonna go straight in. Starting with the one at the top. Everything should just line right in. Then I go over to the other side, top side, and I peer in there and I make sure that that's lined up too. Take my Torx and I'm going to put it right back inside. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reconnect this tweeter right here. And then slide it down into place. Cable. Fish it back inside, all the way down, out of harm's way. Next we're gonna take our trim and we're gonna put it into position. Finally, what we're gonna now do is turn in the ignition key on to position 2. What we now need to do is check to make sure that all the windows work. That's the front window, down. Only thing left to do now, take a nice little damp rag, is to clean up the panel. Don't forget to check that works as well. You don't want to be locked out.
Hey, if you watched this video to the end, post 1736 in the comments. Thanks.
As always, everyone, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel if you find these videos helpful. What that does, it pushes my videos up in the search results so that other Mercedes owners, drivers, do-it-yourselfers can find them easier. Thanks and peace out.